What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ricky back with another video. I am a current Army combat photographer, that's 25 Victor, and I am also an NFL photographer. Today, guys, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons for living on post or off post. Going back to my career, the first few duty stations we lived on post. Now, the pros about living on post is you save a lot of gas. Everything is convenient, like, you know, the commissary's there, all the PX is there, you're down the road from your unit, you know, so you save a lot on gas because you don't have to go anywhere really. Everything's right there in that little small area. Another thing too, when we were living on post, I was a PFC, and you can go look it up online. PFCs don't make a lot of money. So with that being said, it was great for me starting out in the Army and adjusting to Army life to only have to worry about just going to a place and living there. They took the BAH automatically out of your check. BAH stands for Basic Housing Allowance. They take that out of your check automatically, and what they do is they pay for everything for you. So you don't have to worry about lights, water, rent, none of that. All you do is just live there. I think that's awesome for people just getting into the military and adjusting to how military is, not to have to really worry about living off post and juggling bills and things of that nature. And I also think it's great for young soldiers, E1 to E4, because we don't get paid a lot of money. Those are the pros of living on post. It's not bad. The housing has stepped up a whole lot. You know, in the 80s and early 90s, Army housing was like the projects, but CERN took it over. And a lot of the housing is a lot better than what it used to be. I can definitely say that. So it's not a bad thing to live on post. But here's some of the cons that I found living on post, okay? So you're around Army people all day long at work. When you get off, you wanna just let loose and you just wanna relax. But sometimes you go home and you're still surrounded by uniforms and you just get tired of that. Like a couple times, you know, you just wanna go check the mail in your ACUs or your OCP bottoms and some flip-flops and your t-shirt. And for the most part, I did that. But every now and then you'll get that you know, person, you're out of uniform, blah, blah, blah. Man, I'm home, bro. I ain't nobody want to hear that. I'm at my house. Like, if I was living off post and I did that, what can you do? What could you have done? So I hated that aspect of it. Also, there are a lot of nosy people on post. There are a lot of people, Army wives, who sit around at home all day and they peek at other people's lives and see what people have going on and things of that nature. And it's just a lot of that whole Army wife network on post is just, it's brutal, bro. So I would say that's some of the cons of living on post. It's just, you want to get, when you want to leave post, you want to leave work and be away from work. And then another con is if something happens at the unit and they know you live there, the first they're gonna do is call you, oh, blah, 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 yo, he lives right down the road from the company. Call him, and have him go over there and do this and do that. No, I ain't got time. So my first duty station, actually my AIT was Fort Meade, and because it was 26 weeks, I was eligible to live on post. So I brought my family and we lived, Yeah, I don't remember what I was saying, but anyway, those are some of the cons of living on post. Now let's move. Oh, I was explaining where I was. So Fort Meade, AIT, because I had a 26 week, because my AIT was 26 weeks, that made me eligible to live in housing, and I was able to bring my family to AIT. So I lived in housing on in Fort Meade. We lived in one of the neighborhoods called Patriot Ridge. It's an older neighborhood. It was built in the early 2000s. The housing wasn't that bad. It was pretty decent. Then when we went to Fort Bragg, we ended up moving into a brand new townhome-like unit down in, it was called Cameron, North Carolina. So it's probably a few miles away from Fort Bragg, down Route 87. It was called Linden Oaks. So we were the first ones to live in the unit that we lived in. It was brand spanking new when we moved in. So we lived there, 4-bedroom. We had a formal living, regular living. It was pretty decent. It was pretty decent housing. And then after that, we went to AFN Europe. And of course, in Europe, I wasn't trying to live on the economy because I was already wary of being in Europe. So to live next door to Germans and stuff like that, like at first, I was kind of like, nah, I ain't trying to do that. So we lived on post. We live on Vogelway. So if you're familiar with Kaiserslautern, Germany, you got Vogelway and you got other housing that's around there as well, but that's where we lived. We lived actually on Vogelway, which was like the main hub for a lot of military personnel over there. So we lived on post. So three duty stations and two duty stations and an AIT. I lived on post. When I left AFN, I had enough of being on post. It's had enough. So we moved when I got the position here at the Pentagon. We were not moving on post. Our options were Andrews Air Base and Fort Belvoir, Virginia, which is not that far from here. It's 16 miles. Fort Belvoir is 16 miles from where we actually live now, and I would say Andrews is probably like 8, something like that. So those were the choices for on post. So we decided no, we just went the rental route. So my first year here, we lived in an apartment complex, hated it, and then we moved into an actual house. We're renting an actual house now, which is, I love this. I love being able to have your own space. We just had too much stuff to be living in apartments. So this was great to actually move in a house and do that whole thing. So the cons is it's back to regular life. So you have all your bills. So you have your rent and you also have your utilities. And in some cases you might have a gas bill depending on where you're at, or cable, blah, blah, blah. So you do have those things. You still have cable when you're on post as well. So keep that in mind. That's still something that you have. But cable is kind of going out. I suggest streaming. You got DirecTV to go and all these different things where you can get the channels that you watch. Because a lot of the crap on cable you don't even watch anyway. So just wasting your money. But I'm going off on a tangent now. But yes, so that's one of the things you have to worry about, all your bills and things of that nature. And you also have to be a little bit better with your budgeting, because they give you your BAH and you have to split that up to make sure you're making your whatever it is your rent is. So always try to go in under your BAH. So the BAH for the area I'm in, I forget what it is. You can look it up. The Virginia, Washington, D.C., Maryland area. So basically you take that number and you split it in half each check to make sure that you meet the rent on the 1st. So on the 15th, I'll take half out, put it in the savings. And then when I get paid again, I'll take the other half out and then pay rent. So that's how that works. That's the only con. And being here, the con is I work at the Pentagon. So without traffic at all, you're looking at about a 37-minute drive. But I'm in DC. So just know that I'm driving an hour 15, hour and a half commute one way every morning to get to work by 8 o'clock. So that means I'm leaving here no later than 6 so I can ensure that I'm parked and where I need to be by 0800 hours. So that's the con here. It wouldn't be any better even if I lived on post, because if I live on Fort Belvoir, it's still a bit of a drive, not as long as this. So I'll probably be looking at more of a 30 to 45-minute commute if I lived on Fort Belvoir. So those are the pros and cons of living on post and off post. I enjoy both, but I'm glad that I'm off post. I would just say that. And there's another thing that I actually came across the other day that I think is perfect for service members. Every month we get BAH and we pay our rent without fail, if you're on post or if you're off post. I found this site, it's called Rent Reporters. And what Rent Reporters does is it reports every single month to the credit bureau when you pay rent. So that helps your credit score. So for a lot of us soldiers that are that are renting, because a lot of us, pretty much have to. And then some people buy homes and things like that in the military, but if you're renting, you can still get the same credit as if you were paying mortgage, because they will report your rent to the credit, all through credit bureaus for you. And it's the site is rentreporters.com, and I thought that was a novel idea. There's people reporting anywhere from 35 to 85 points higher on their credit score once they went with Rent Reporters, and their stuff is getting reported every month. So I'm gonna leave a link down in the description to Rent Reporters so you guys can go check it out. And if you use this link, you'll get $10 off of Rent Reporters. I thought it was such a great idea and such a great resource and tool, especially for service members who pay rent every month without fail on time. We might as well get credit for doing that. So that I think that's just a great idea. So that's pretty much all I have for this video. I just want to come on and give my take on this. What I do want to say though is a lot of you have been asking me in the comments like what type of camera gear and things that I vlog with, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it down in the description, everything that I use when I do these videos, the cameras, the lights, when I'm doing a walking vlog, there's a little stand that I use. It's not it doubles as a desktop stand, and you can hold it almost like a selfie stick. So I'm gonna also put that down in the description. Actually, hold on, let me go. All right, so this is it right here. So it's called Cereal, whatever it is. I don't know if you can see this. But basically you have this thing here and you hold it, you put your camera in here, it has a little plate, you tighten it here, and you can go around and hey, you know, you can vlog here, vlog there. You can also extend it, it's not just here. You can extend it, see, and have it there. Or if you want to sit it down, say you're coming onto something and you want to sit it down, all you got to do is put these here down like this in a tripod state and lock it. And once you lock it, it's locked. And you can put it down on any flat surface or whatever and just go for what you know. Yeah, I think this thing is genius. But I'll have all this stuff down in the description, the mic, everything else that I'm using, guys. Again, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on this video. And also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at The Official Ricky Bowden. I am on Facebook at The Official Ricky Bowden. And I am on Twitter at IamPrime2. And am I missing one? Snapchat, The Official Ricky Bowden. The official underscore, guys. The official underscore Ricky Bowden. So make sure you guys follow me for different things I'm doing on Snapchat. I try to do behind the scenes of some of the things that I'm doing. And so you can see what I'm doing. On Instagram, it's full of a lot of the photography and maybe video that I do. Because after all, I am a 25 Victor and that is my job. So I do it a lot and I love it. So on my Instagram, I try to display that. And on my Facebook, just different things that I do on there. So guys, just try to follow me if you can or if you will. And I'll see you guys in the next video.